Hi guys! Welcome to Mural Dreams by Laura. I am Laura and today we're having our second Sunday art show. So what better way to de-stress and go with the flow than to make art and grab your acrylic paints and paint along with me. So today we're gonna continue painting this dragon eye, and in the last Sunday you saw me painting all of this with acrylic paints, and we used the Arteza acrylic paints, and today we're gonna make it super special by using these Arteza Iridescent paints, and we're gonna make all these scales very nice and metallic and shiny and iridescent. Also, we're gonna make the inside of the iris glow, and I wonder where my flashlight is. I'm sure it'll turn out. I also have this acrylic fluorescent paint, and these will glow in the black light, in the fluorescent light. Also, I have this Deco Art glow in the dark paint, and this will glow in the dark. You don't even need a flashlight for that, or a black light for that. So let's get to it! But before I get into it, you know, I made my setup super special. I got a nice mug of tea here. This is the yogi tea that I love. I really love the little wisdom here. It says, give love, get love. It's really yummy tea too. Also, I lit up a candle to make a little atmosphere and to just go with the flow. Alright, so I have my little palette here, and I have a jar of water because that's what we use for acrylic paints. And for this color palette, I'm gonna be using the Electric Plum Purple, and just pouring a little bit of that in here. Whoops, you can see it's very iridescent and very nice paint, creamy and everything. Then I also have, what else? I have this Royal Purple. I'm gonna be putting some of this. You can see the difference. Then I have, let me just refresh then I have a Fairy Tale Blue. This is also, so all of these paints, when you look at them from a different angle, they have a sheen to them. They sparkle in a different color. And I'm not sure if the camera can capture that, but in person it looks quite dreamy and special. Okay, then I have a Fancy Black, which is also iridescent. Oh! Okay, it has like a yellowish brownish sheen. So let me mute this. Alright, then I'm putting a little bit of this on here. Oh, really sorry if you heard that. Okay, this is my black. And then I have some white. The white is called Playful Pink. It probably has a little pinkish sheen. Alright. Oh, it does. It is. Oh my goodness. It's really nice. It's like a unicorn palette here on my palette. Alright. So, since we have so much dark here in between the scales, the iridescent paint is really gonna be much more striking against the dark than it is against the light. So I'm just gonna start by grabbing some of this. I'm gonna start with the darks. So I'm gonna grab some of my black and just go on the edges. Let's see how that looks. And by the way, this is the first time that I'm using this iridescent paint for painting. I used the Color Shift Blue in the past. Color Shift paints from Artist Loft. And I think they're pretty similar. So you can kind of see, I don't know if the camera captures that. You can't really see it. So let's get on to something a little brighter. Let's start with, oh, also I have some Shocking Lime, which is a green. Let's start with that. Put some of that here. I'm gonna dip just a tip in here, and I'm gonna go. So a lot of this is just like a glaze, what I'm doing here, and even on the dark it's gonna look really striking. So as you come in, feel free to say hello, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And enjoy the music. Everything that I'm doing is pretty self-explanatory, but if you're coming in late and you didn't know what kind of paints I'm using, you can ask me. You can kind of see what's happening. So I'm layering really thin layers of paint. It's kind of like a glaze is what I'm doing here. So all of this is very kind of detail work. Just a cherry on top pretty much. Oh, it looks really good from an angle. You can see it. Okay, and then just rinsing my brush, and I'm dipping into the blue, and this blue has a very purplish sheen. I don't know if you can see it. Do you see that? It's very purplish when you look at it from the side. So I'm just dipping my corner, and I'm coming into the middle on top of my green, but not over everything, just over a portion of it. Like the middle of the scale is what I'm going to paint on. I don't know where you guys are watching right now, but it's getting a little chilly here in PA. These paints are very transparent. They're shimmery. They're like fairy wings. Fairy wing paints. Or dragon scales. Or unicorns. Whatever magicalness you prefer. We're going into the darks too. It looks cool on the dark. Oh yeah. Let's do that. There's too much dark in here. We're gonna brighten it up with some iridescence. Remember to breathe. I wonder if the camera can capture this. Wow, this looks even better on the dark than it does on the light. On the dark you really see the iridescent effect. You don't see it in the picture, but I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna turn it around a little bit so you can see. Do you see that? Or, oh yeah, on the bottom. You can totally see the iridescence. It's all purplish. Okay, I think this is back where it was. And then we're gonna be dipping into our more, should I dip into the purple? Yeah, let's go into this. This purple doesn't really have such a purple. It's more like a bright, yeah, these are very much like the color shift paints from full cards. So I'm doing this only on the top. This has less of a purple sheen and more of a bright sheen. Still into the purple. So now I'm gonna be dipping into my purple. This is the electric plum. Let's go here on the top. Oh, that's very electric-y. Oh yeah. Oh, it's so blue. Very blue. Especially on the black. On the black it really shows blue. But on the color it doesn't show blue very much. It's more like a purple. These may not look much on camera, guys, but when you work with them, when you see them face to face, they are really very magical looking. Alright, starting to look really magical. Can you see? Let's do some green here in the bottom. Sometimes you also need to add a couple of layers in order for this to show up. And I'm also covering the dark parts. This is one of those circumstances where maybe glare is beneficial because I'm working solely off the glare, and the glare is actually what's making it look so cool when the light shines on it. It's very rainbowy. Okay, a bit more green here. Just a little bit of blush on these lower ones. Ooh. I think I'm gonna take a sip of tea. And then I'm gonna go into some more of this blue. The blue that has a very purplish shine. I'm gonna do some more of that inside the scales. It lays very transparent. Alright, I think I'm gonna stop now with the scales. So we're gonna go right into the eye because that's a very interesting part, and also because the scales don't translate so well through the lens of the camera. That's okay. So let's get some let's go inside the iris first. So now get another color palette here, and I'm gonna get some of my green, some of my neon green here. I'll just put a little bit of paint in there, and then get some of this blue, which is also fluorescent. Get some of that in there. And at the end, I'm gonna shine a flashlight on there so that you guys can see how glowy they are. And I have some violet here, or what is it called? It's a violet. And then I also have this glow in the dark paint. No, I dropped a bit much there. And there we have some glow in the dark paint. Got some dry paint. Alright. So now I'm gonna mix, because I don't want them so concentrated. So I'm just gonna mix some of my glow in the dark paint with some of my green paint here. I'm gonna mix them right here and dilute my green paint with some of my glow in the dark, so that they're gonna glow super strong. All right. So then I'm just gonna go right in here and extend my streaks that I've done last time. And my paintbrush is really loaded with paint, because this glow in the dark paint really does need to be laid on really thickly in order to show up. It's gonna look like lightning. Sometimes I can even just dip into the white, into the glow, but that one is kind of thin. So we're just branching out, kind of like branches from a tree, or even neurons. You know, because everything looks the same in the universe. The patterns are all expanding and wiggling. We're all great big wiggle. Going a little bit high here, and then I'm gonna switch over to, I'm gonna add a little bit of blue in my greenish mixture. Just a little bit of blue, because this blue is very dark and I want it to be quite light. So I'm diluting it with a lot of this glow in the dark paint, but I want it to be blue. I also have some pigments that I could mix in there. Maybe, should I mix? Maybe I'll put some pigments in there. Just a little bit. I have some, this is some sky blue. glow-in-the-dark pigment. I'm just gonna drop it in there. Ooh, it's hard to open. Ooh. Put like a like a quarter of a teaspoon, and I'm just mixing it in with the glow-in-the-dark paint and the neon paint to make it super vibrant and super activated. So when I use glow-in-the-dark paints, I mix the glow-in-the-dark paint with, and I add neon paints and I add pigments, so that makes it even more activated and glowy. And I want my paint to be quite loaded, because this paint kind of needs to be laid down really thickly. You can even come down here with a green and kind of mix them in to make a mixture of paints, mixture of colors, kind of like to meet them in between. Just branching out. So we do want the center to be the brightest part. I'm even going up here where the purple should be, because I'm gonna be mixing some of the purple paint. I'm gonna be putting up here so that it's kind of like a gradient from green to purple, green, blue, purple. So the key for these glowing paints is to add a lot of layers, add it thickly. All right. I don't want to add any where the reflection is, so I'm being very careful to avoid that, because I add it thickly and it will dry thickly. It's gonna dry with a relief. So let me see if my flashlight is in here. I'll just grab my flashlight. I do not know where my glow-in-the-dark flashlight is. But I'm sure it'll show up by the end of the show. Okay. Let's go with some more of the green on the bottom. Where did I put it? I forget where I put all of my things. in the center there. Now we can go up here and grab some of our glow-in-the-dark paint over here and some of the violet. I'm gonna mix them right here on my canvas. I'm gonna use some of this blue because it has the pigment, and I'm gonna make kind of like a purplish, but I want to dilute it with some of my glow-in-the-dark so it's not as bright. And then we can go right up here to the center of the eye. And I don't know what happened to the music. Everything is buffering. Ah, here we go. We're back. Okay, I also got I just dipped into my glow in the dark. Just glow in the dark. Kind of branching outwards. It's difficult to see because I'm seeing everything on an angle. It's starting to look really pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Okay, more glow. And guys, if you want to see our next live stream, next time I'm gonna be painting some sort of Halloweenish themed, some pumpkins, a moon, a full moon, because you guys know that this Halloween is actually gonna be a full moon. It's a very rare phenomenon actually, and of course it's gonna happen because it's 2020. It's, when would it happen? So stay tuned for next time's acrylic painting show. It's gonna be really fun. Alright. I'm going downwards. I'm just closing some gaps here and there. Don't forget to breathe. It's a reminder to me. Okay, I'm getting pretty close to being done. Then maybe should we do no, I'm not doing this part glow, just the eye. Let's do some more of this, just glow in the dark, and go right here close to the eye, close to the pupil. Do you have some favorite glow-in-the-dark paints? Let me know if you're watching the replay. And let me know what you want to see next time. This month I was thinking of just doing some October, Halloween, kind of fall inspired things, but I just had to finish this today. And next time we're gonna dive right into the Halloween stuff. So if you want to see some Halloween paintings, Halloween themed paintings, gotta subscribe and hit that bell so you know when I'll go live next time. Okay. I think I might put some of that white, some of that pink iridescent right in here, the shine of the eye, that reflection. Wonder how that's gonna look. So I'm just grabbing a teeny tiny brush, a number 2, and dipping right into that iridescent pink and painting that on top of the white. Even if it goes just a little bit over, let's see how that looks. Looks pretty cool. It might need a couple of coats to fully show. Alright, so give me just a sec to find that flashlight. Where did I put it? I found it. Okay, it's my flashlight. Oh, really? I think the battery just died. How did that happen? It worked just fine today. Oh well, we might not have a flashlight. Alright, well, we're gonna see this next time then. So, let's take a sip of tea. And I may just make a short video out of this so you guys can see the whole painting really quick as a speedy time lapse. That might be a little more satisfying. And join me next time for another art show. Every Sunday we're gonna do something different. So we're gonna be doing some fun Halloween stuff next time. And if you have any requests, let me know down below, and subscribe to my channel to see the weekly Friday videos, a new video every Friday, and subscribe to my newsletter. I post a lot of things and all sorts of news to muraldreams.com, my website, and there's a lot of things happening as well. So trust the flow, my friend. Until next time, stay tuned. God bless. Trust the flow. Mwah.